I'm Jamie Braithwaite.
I am Matt Larson.
And we are here on Monday for Mental Health with Matt, Conversation Starters.
Yes.
Take it away, Matt.
So it's January, and most people have made either New Year's resolutions or they've decided they hate New Year's resolutions. They don't want to make goals. It's the worst idea in the world. I believe the last research showed most New Year's resolutions are quit by the 13th.
Of January.
Yes.
That's like this week.
Right? Most are given up very, very quickly, and you're done in less than 2 weeks.
Wow.
Because most of us know where we want to end up, or at least we have an idea. We have a version of ourselves we want to be, and then we have who we really are.
And on January 1st, you write it down of what exactly you want it to be.
Right. You're like, I want to be thin. I want to be fit. I want to have more money. I want to have a degree. I want to have a better job. I want to be happier in my marriage.
I want to work out every day.
Right. I want to have a good relationship with my kids. And some of them aren't goals you can like mark down. So some people put specific goals that are measurable. And it's like, I will go on a date once a week with my spouse. I will watch a movie with my kids. I will, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
And they're very well intentioned, and it's true, and they plan on it. And it's just like people who make promises. When they make the promise, they do plan on keeping it. They're honest. They just don't have the plan or the strength or the will or the setup to make it happen.
Well, this is depressing for our January launch.
So let's talk about...
What do you do? Because I love New Year's Eve. I love New Year's. It's one of my favorite holidays. I love setting goals. I actually really do love setting goals.
Well, I've done multiple things. Most years of my life, for like 12 or 15 years in a row, I made about 25 goals a year. I wrote out a piece of paper. It had 8 different domains of life.
Ooh.
And it was physical, social, spiritual. I don't have it in front of me, but I made out a big paper.
Okay.
And it was exactly what we've talked about. I'm religious, so I had study my scriptures and pray and go to church and serve in my church. And then I had physical, exercise this often, lose this much weight.
It's really honed in.
Right.
Goals.
They were very precise, and I would know at the end of the year if I hit them or not. And I even put a percentage at the end of the year. I got this goal 80%. I got this 100%.
Oh, so you carried it through.
Yes.
You didn't quit January 13th?
No. I taped it up next to my mirror in my bathroom, piece of paper, and I was like, I'm going to see it every day.
And it worked.
Yeah. And it worked, and it worked, and it worked. And then finally one year, I was so burned out. I was like, I wasn't 40 yet, but I was close. I was like, I'm 40, I'm married, I've got kids, I've got my career. All the things I wanted 10 years ago, I have. And I am not happy.
You never thought that 10 years ago, did you?
It's like I've reached all the goals. I've done all the things, and meh. Life is mid. It's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah.
And that was disappointing. That was saddening. And so that's when I adjusted my goals. That year I made 0. I had one goal: be happy exactly as you are. I know that sounds Pollyanna-ish and look on the bright side, but that was life-changing for me. To take 1 year
to just be in the moment.
To just be. Like, yes, I set goals during the year and did things, and like I auditioned for a play and I wanted the role. Like I had things I wanted to do and I got them done. But my goal for the year was just be content as you are.
How long into the year do you feel like it took to get to that point?
Where I really was.
Yeah, where you were like, you didn't feel meh.
Probably 4 months.
That's a long time.
I like doing theater, and I like doing choir, and I like being involved in lots of things, and I had to quit. The choirs, the plays, and it was kind of a minimalism approach.
Yes to some things means saying no.
Right. When you say yes to something, you have said no to everything else that could be done in that time. Someone says, we're singing in a quartet for church. Will you come over and practice the next 3 Sundays after church? I have just negated everything else that could be done Sunday afternoon.
Your Sunday nap.
Right. Sunday nap, time with my wife, watching a Christmas movie with my kids. These are things I did in December, and I loved it. But if you say yes to something, I've said no to everything else. When I say yes to a play, That means 3 nights a week for 2 or 3 hours, I'm gone. I'm saying no to my kid's basketball game. I'm saying no to you and the podcast. I'm saying no to my friends, to the job opportunity, to going down to watch a basketball game at the college.
Right. Because you've made commitments to other things.
Right. And I kind of got to the point I was like, let's cut out a lot of things from life and see what I want to add back. And that's when I'd been in a choir for years. I didn't re-add the choir. I'd been in plays for years. I did re-add plays.
And it's limited because I know that you've done a lot of plays
Right.
and you've added on just...
I do 2 a year now. And that's it. And there's roles that come along and I want to do more. And my wife reminds me, 2.
Yeah.
Just pick. But there's 5 shows and they're all amazing. Well, then you should pick 2.
Yeah. I love this idea on a goal-setting podcast that we're having today, especially so down the middle of the JOYrific chart is be helpful, be kind, no whining. And those have been my life mantras is be helpful, be happy. And I love that. And that's how I am. But happiness can be a thing that's really triggering for some people.
Right.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Happiness is something we wish it was attainable by aiming for it. It's attainable as a result. I'll give an example to everyone listening. For the next 15 seconds, breathe normally. Jamie, breathe normally. Right? Is it possible to breathe normally when you're thinking about it? No, because you automatically change.
Deep breathing.
Because you either hold it in or breathe faster or slower.
Yeah.
Because breathing has to be subconscious. It has to be smooth muscle. It has to be something that's automatic. Once you control it, you've messed it up.
Interesting.
Happiness is similar. When you aim for happiness, you can't. It's like, Jamie, make yourself happy right now. Be happy. Right? All that can really cause is anxiety.
Okay. Yeah.
But if I say, here's all the things that are most likely to lead to happiness. Sleep well, eat healthy, exercise, balance your life, spend time with the people you care about, minimize your obligations down to what you find essential. That makes a happy life. But if you tell someone to chase happiness, they'll chase things that feel good for a moment. It's a roller coaster ride.
Make you happy.
Right. Because you can reach a lot of goals and you will become more the person you want to be. You'll have the things you want to have. But that doesn't equal happiness.
So really early on in this chart, because JOYrific was created in 2010, it was be helpful, be happy. And that was it. Yeah. And as I introduced it to people and I started to really realize people hated it.
Right.
Because it was like my guidelines. And I was oblivious. I don't know. I was just a happy person. And I am a happy person. And so we researched it a lot and we changed it to kind. So be helpful, be kind. You can...
Because you can be kind.
You can be kind. Right. You can ask somebody to be kind to you.
Right. Because you can choose in each moment, this is the kind thing to do. But like I can't choose in this moment talking to you, what's the happy thing to do?
Right.
Is that smiling? Is that laughing? Is that complimenting you?
Right.
There's no happy thing to do. There's kind things.
And there's helpful things.
Right.
Like that's really easy. And avoiding whining could be really easy. So here we are. It's the beginning of January. I would like to suggest maybe your January resolutions could be helpful, be kind, and avoid whining this year.
Yes.
And not quit by January 13th.
And not quit by January 13th.